may piss somebody off, but here we go. I'm glad as a 40-year-old man, 40, I do not have a criminal history. I don't have 1,000 baby mamas around with a bunch of children around the world that I've never met. I'm happy I don't sag my pants and show my underwear around public. I'm so happy I don't smell like weed all day. There's nothing wrong with weed, right? But to smell like it every day is crazy. I'm happy to be a married man. So happy I travel outside this country. I'm happy to be a responsible, mature, critical thinking individual. It's insane to me that there's men my age who can't stay out of jail, that glorify gangster, hood, gang culture, basically, right? Immature behavior, basically. I'm happy I'm not that person, but the opposite. A mature, responsible, critical thinking individual.
People are tired of the ghetto black people. People are tired of waking up and seeing the news talking about this town has 50% more crime, 50% more shootings. The county that I live in right now is a town that's not too far from here. They're known for having bad fights, shootouts, robberies, drugs, and the majority of them are black people. We got some family to live over there, so I know. And like, people are scared to walk through there, to drive through there. They're scared they might look at them the wrong way. They go off on them or they beat them up. People are scared to do stuff around them because they're so violent. And you know what I'm talking about. Now, I know some are gonna try to pretend that's not real, like, oh, that's not real. There's no ghetto black people. There's ghetto white people too. Yes, I know, but majority of them black. Let's don't pretend, let's don't be clueless. Now, are you gonna tell the truth? Or are you gonna lie because you're mad because of what I'm saying? Because every common sense person know black people are more violent than white people. So you can be that person and be like, no, that's a lie. But we know, we see it on the news, we see it every day. So be truthful with yourself first.
Why is it that majority of the black women have attitudes in these folks' establishment? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all come to work every single day with a motherfucking attitude. Everybody else so nice, sweet, and jolly, but us, no. We got to have a motherfucking attitude. And we do it in front of customers. That shit is sad. And y'all messy as fuck. Like, why are we as black women are so fucking miserable? And we bring that shit to work. Even at the doctor's office. I mean, everywhere you go. I went to the doctor yesterday. And my nurse was a white lady. She was so nice and sweet. And when she took me to check out to this black lady, the black lady was like, well, you see, she over there, don't forget, she can check out too. She can ring out too. Like, why would you say that in front of me, a patient, and have an attitude like, I don't even want you to check me out now. What the fuck is your problem? Bitch, if you didn't want to work, don't come to work. That's your job. It don't matter who don't have a customer. Like, come on, sisters, we need to get it together. We need to keep our attitudes and our misery in the car or at home. And when we clock in these folks' establishments, we need to have the utmost respect for patients, customers, or whatever. God damn it. Be professional. Leave that ghetto shit at home. Y'all weird. I don't like y'all. I don't like y'all. From now on, white people, I love y'all. I don't like my sisters. Not all of them. But goddamn 99.999% of them.
Yeah, the angry black woman syndrome. You know, it's kind of the truth. I made a video about black fatigue before, and this one I'm going to dive in, and a lot of people are going to be in my comments saying that I'm this, I'm that, you hate your skin color, blase, blase. Yeah, right. No, I just know how to put paint where it should be, and I know how to speak the truth, and it is what it is. Black people are tired of the ghetto black people. There's so many stereotypes about black people, it makes my head spin. It's crazy. Just me sitting up here reacting. I got a purple do-rag on and a Nike shirt. But if I was to be seen out in public, I would get stereotyped. And guys, I'm one of the most respectable men that you would meet. on the planet. You guys drop a like on this video. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe if you want to see more. I am going to dive into this, and I am going no breaks, no filter.
Hey y'all, this is just a little chat, little story time. You know, a lot of y'all may know already that I am from Compton, California. I've lived in the inner cities of Los Angeles, Inglewood, Watts. So I'm definitely ghetto. I'm definitely a little rough around the edges for sure. But I've come to realize that my ghetto got limits. Yeah. See, I'm the kind of ghetto that don't mind going to the hood to pick up, you know what I'm saying, a good fish plate. You know, you got to go to the hood to get some real good food. It's the good seafood, the good fried chicken is in the hood. I'm that kind of ghetto. Take me to the corner store. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of ghetto that I'm not scared of certain environments. You know what I'm saying? The projects don't scare me. Stray dogs don't scare me. Crackheads don't scare me. You know what I'm saying? If I hear a couple of gunshots, I ain't gonna panic. You know, just gonna duck a little bit so it don't hit me in the wig. You know, I'm that kind of ghetto. But I realize my ghetto got limits. You know, I'm not the kind of ghetto where you go to the restaurant and talk to the waiter any kind of way. They got our food, fool. I'm not the type of ghetto to want to go to the brunch where you twerking on the table and your twerk air is in the room. I'm not the kind of ghetto that's bonded outside in the air.
Not the twerk air, not the cat fleas, not the
Poor kind of ghetto. Yeah, no. I'm realizing that my ghetto is bougie. I may be a little bougetto. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm a little bougie. I'm not the kind of ghetto that 8 o'clock in the morning, your rap music is on volume 100. Like, you can't hear? You know what I'm saying? It got to be that loud. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the kind of ghetto that just calls scenes out in public, just real loud, strong and wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the, you know, I'm not scary. You know, I am a pastor that will punch if I have to lay hands on you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. But I'm not just out here looking to fight. You know, we just gonna go. We some head busters. We gonna knuck if you buck out here. Cause you know, I really, who got time for a mugshot? You know what I'm saying? I got a kid. Who gonna pick the baby up from school? You know, if I'm in jail from fighting. I'm not that kind of ghetto hanging out the window. My wig ain't glued down, so I can't really do that. And so I realized my ghetto, it got limits. It got limits, you know what I'm saying? I got a little few tattoos, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little rough around it, but it's not, I'm not tattooing the face, you know, that ain't my style, you know what I'm saying? I like to go to the hood to pick up a plate, you know, get a plate to go, not hang out. I said eat, I said get your plate. This where we hanging out tonight? No, I said Buckhead, not Bankhead, you know what I'm saying? I said a cruise, not Compton. My ghetto, it just got limits, you know what I'm saying? Just certain things I'm just not prone to, I'm not privy to, I'm just not going to do. Because my ghetto, it got limits.
I saw something on here from my mutual Christy, and she was talking about bring back being ghetto and stop being palatable and stuff like that. And let me tell you this from somebody that grew up in the hood. We don't need to bring that shit back. We actually need to eradicate it. And let me tell you why. Being ghetto has caused me more problems than it has brought me fortune. And let me explain why. I feel like being ghetto built a lot of my character and built me as a person, but it also destroyed a lot of the things that I could have potentially been in life. And the reason why I say that is because the world doesn't accept ghetto people. And I know a lot of y'all like to believe that they do, but they don't. Like, I work in a conservative industry. I work in aviation. You think I got in aviation by being ghetto? Hell nah. Like, we're talking about an industry that barely let you have piercings and tattoos and nails, especially these. Like, I feel like we have to understand that being ghetto is not about an attitude. It's not something you pick up, put down. It's a lifestyle. Like, there are so many things that I had to unlearn because it was normalized when I was growing up. But in the real world, that shit is not normal. Like, for example, when somebody used to upset me, and I used to have this real bad on here, especially when people used to talk crazy to me in the comments, oh, baby, I was getting right with your ass immediately. Fuck is you talking about? I had to understand that that's not normal. Like, y'all have to understand that being ghetto a lot of the times is because you lack control of your emotions, you lack control of your environment, you lack control of your surroundings, you lack control of who you can and can't be around, you lack control of your life. And a lot of those people result in ghetto-ness simply because that's all that they have. Like, they barely be having a damn education, they barely be having a way to survive, so all they have is respectability politics. And that's something that I was very big on up until recently. Like, I felt the need to constantly make motherfuckers respect me. Like, you disrespect me, it's up with your ass. But now it's like, what am I really mad over? Like, I don't know you, you don't know me, I don't give a fuck about you. Move on. Like, you have to unlearn a lot of that stuff. And I feel like a lot of people who are from the suburbs or people who have never actually been in the hood, they fantasize about it because from the outside looking in, y'all feel like all these people are getting respected, when in actuality, a lot of these people have to fight for their respect. Like, motherfuckers didn't respect me until I put my hands on them. That's not normal. Like these things are not normal. Like, you normalize them when you grow up in it, but when you get out of it, you recognize, like, wow, a lot of this is because of generational trauma, or a lot of this is because of bad habits. A lot of this is actually not things to be proud of. They're really shit. It's really shit to be ashamed of. Like, if I'm being quite honest with you, like, it's hard growing up like that, and it's hard growing up surrounded by family that's like that too, because when you get out and you start making better decisions that align with society, it makes you the black sheep, and they start to feel like you think you're better than them, and that's just so far from the truth. Like, for real.
Hey, on some real shit.
Yeah, so a big thing is that a lot of people that are just flat out ghetto, they don't understand the meaning of respect. They just don't understand it. It's that part of the brain has left the chat, you guys. They don't understand it. They feel like respect can be demanded and not earned. That's a huge red flag. Guys, when I took my daughter to school the other day, there's a young black lady, man. This girl was wearing a little boy's underwear and like a small shirt, right? And the look on all the parents' faces as she's dropping her son or daughter off, the look, she had 3 kids at that, but the look on everyone's face based off of what she was wearing, that is a ghetto stereotype.
People piss me off. Like, these are the people I wonder why we let into our society and why we stop public execution. Now let's get started on the girls. Why when I walk out with my homies, he was trying to get into the door, bro. He told this dude, he said, excuse me. The girl turned around and called him, she like, you could have said it nicer, and then called him the B word. Starting issues for no reason. And then twerking on top of cars, bro. Like, come on now. What kind of D1 trifling shit is that? Now let's get started on the dudes, bro. The YNs. You can't just be minding your business without these motherfuckers just mean mugging you. Like, bro, behind that little switchy that you got, bro, I promise to God, bro, you are the sweetest person ever. Because 9 times out of 10, it ain't even that they're actually like that. They're just walking around with something to prove. Now, people like this, bro, it gives us a reason why stoning should be legal. I promise you, behind that shiesty, you are the sweetest person ever. The only future that holds for these ghetto females and these ghetto men is jail and 6 baby daddies with 30 STIs. Absolute lowest of the low. If you're watching this and you're one of those, play in traffic. The world laughs at you. You're not tough. Hopefully natural selection comes your way.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Y'all, ghetto people, I swear to God, low-key be making me so fucking mad. Like, the ghetto fabulous is not fabulous. It's ratchet. It's straight up ratchet. And it's crazy because a lot of ghetto people be looking at people like me who is sane and turn around and say, oh, y'all are whitewashed. Y'all hanging out with too many white folks. Y'all whitewashed. Guess what? I'd rather be whitewashed. And guess what? I got people in my family that have white in them. So yeah, technically I am whitewashed. Like, it low-key sucks because, you know, ghetto people be making the rest of us blacks look bad. And in reality, not all of us are ghetto. Like, seriously, those of y'all who are ghetto, please stop. Stop with the neon hair. Stop with the tube dresses. Stop with the voice. Stop. Please just stop. It gives me a headache. Just stop.
I'm not.
Yeah, I feel her. The ghetto, we you know, that was a thing, being whitewashed, right? And as a kid, I'm like, what the hell do you mean I'm whitewashed? Guys, I moved to Atlanta, right? Not as a kid, but I was maybe around 20 years old. I moved to Atlanta and everybody in Atlanta said that I talked white. They used to call me Surfer Boy because I talked white, quote unquote. I guess I talked white. I talked with, guys, I pronounced my words correctly. Let's just put it like that. I said every word correctly. And they're like, you talk white. You're so proper. What the hell do you mean I'm so proper? I went to school. I read books. I know how to pronounce my words. What do you mean I talk proper?
To say this as a young nigga myself, I ain't know who I am, but I'm a young nigga. Bro, I'm sick of you niggas.
Stop it. Right there. You are not a young nigga, man. You're a young man. You're a young black man. Y'all got to stop calling yourselves that, man. You got to stop with the YNs. I'm not a YN, but I'm a young nigga. You're a YN.
I'm sick of all you niggas. I'm sick of the YNs. I'm sick of the black ghetto hoes that smoke black and mouths. I'm sick of the ONs, the old niggas that still want the beef. I'm sick of baby. Like, I'm sick of niggas, bro. I'm sick of you niggas, bro. Y'all don't do nothing but fuck shit up. Like, that's all y'all do, bro. All y'all know how to do is fuck shit up. That's what y'all good at. Fuck shit up. You know what they need to do? They need to make another planet and put all the criminals on it. I'm sick of you niggas. So they need to do something with y'all. That's some, bro. The Lord what El Salvador did, bro. They need to shut you niggas down. So, yeah, we need YCs, nigga. We need YDs, young detective, young nigga YSs, nigga young snitches. We need some young niggas that's gonna do something. I'm not playing. I don't care, bro. I'm sick of you niggas. You tear out in the street. Y'all don't got no job. Like, y'all just be doing shit.
Hey, hi. I want us to stop making ghetto synonymous with black. Because all across the board, I keep seeing this black fatigue, black fatigue, black fatigue. And that's not the case. Black does not automatically mean ghetto. There's ghetto people across the board. There's ghetto whites, there's ghetto Hispanics. Like, there's ghetto people across the board. And I think that people everywhere have ghetto fatigue, which is true. I have ghetto fatigue. They're annoying in certain situations. It's getting out of hand. But again, it's not just black people that are ghetto, but by us keep using this black fatigue, and even as black people using this black fatigue, is giving the green light for other races to now think, oh, ghetto, black people are ghetto, which again, they're not synonymous. So let's stop using black fatigue and use it what it really is, ghetto fatigue. Because again, there are ghetto people in every race.
You know what? I respect her opinion, but respectfully, I got black fatigue. I got black fatigue, ghetto fatigue, dumb fatigue, criminal fatigue, non-snitching fatigue. I got all the fatigue. I got all of it. I'm tired of all of it. I'm a proud black man myself, and I got black fatigue because there is certain things that black people do that just are just not needed, right? There's certain things that black people do that are just not needed. There's certain changes that black people need to make in the communities, in the culture for the better.
You grew up hating your name as a black person. Let's talk. I grew up hating my name. I thought it was the most ghetto name ever. So much so that every time I introduce myself, even up until this point, I say, hey, I'm Q. My name is Quinasia. And up until about a week ago, I have hated my name, but not anymore. I feel like this is the perfect time to talk about it. We are in Black History Month, and this is something that I just recently learned. And on top of what I experienced, and on top of the thing I'm gonna tell you that happened, I have a newfound appreciation for my name. So, did you know back in slavery days, and I know a lot of people don't like talking about slavery days because it's like it's so far in the past, but it's still important and affecting us today. But back in those days, black people and slaves, they were named after their slave owners. Like, they were the property of those people. They had no identity, right? So black people, when they started to develop their own culture, started to give ethnic names, these very unique names, to basically identify their people, their children, to begin having a history, to begin having a culture, right? So I hated my name, which is Quinasia, all this time. I used to ask my mom, like, why would you name me this? Like, I feel like as soon as I walk into the room and you see my name, you automatically assume whom I am. So the other day, I was at work, and one of the people that I work with happened to be doing like a report. And as he's doing the report, they are mentioning another ethnic name, and I can't quite remember the name. I guess he was having a problem with the system, and he proceeded to say, oh, the reason why the system is not picking it up is because that name is not even a word. It's not a real word. So at first, I wasn't even paying attention to what was happening, but I did catch that someone sitting next to him like popped up and looked at me, I guess to see if I was going to respond. And at the time, I didn't recognize what was said. But you know how you sit and then you think about, like, you just like reflect over your day? It was at that moment, like later on in the night, that I was like, oh, hell no. The crazier part is the fact that he thought it was okay to say something like this. And I can't say whether he's racist or not. I don't believe that he's racist. I'm actually pretty cool with this person. I just think that sometimes people say very ignorant comments, and they don't recognize what it is that they're saying. But the person sitting next to him, oh, he definitely realized it, which told me there was something wrong with what was being said. I think for me, it's just the audacity of you to say something like that, knowing that my name is Quinasia. Make it make sense. Because not for nothing, he said it's not a word. So what exactly is a name? What exactly is a name? Is that not a word? So immediately I wanted to like reach out to him and say, hey, by the way, that was offensive, because you should know when you're saying something offensive. And at the time I wasn't offended, but now I am. But I didn't get that opportunity to. But instead, I'm coming here. This has been a deeply rooted problem within the black community already. Like, we don't know our identity, and we're so busy trying to like whitewash our culture because we don't know better. We forget our ancestors did these things for a reason. I'm so grateful for this enlightening, and I just want to empower other people who have grown up hating their name, feeling like it was ghetto, not wanting to introduce themselves under their real government name that their parents gave them. Listen. Own your name, own your birthright. When you walk into the room, you are worthy. It doesn't matter what your name is. As long as you show and prove that you are meant to be there, that's all that matters. Then appreciate your name. Walk in your name. Because there was a time where we didn't have the opportunity to have those type of names, to even be able to name our children that. And I understand that, like, yeah, you don't want to be prejudged before you get there, but if you carry yourself a certain kind of way, it doesn't matter what negative connotation comes with your name. Own your birthright. So instead of whitewashing my name and fit in and make them more comfortable with, you know, pronouncing my name, not being able to, not wanting to correct people when they say it, I'm going to take the extra effort to tell you my name is Quinasia. Quinasia. It's actually pretty simple. 2 syllables. Quin and Asia. You put it together, you get Quinasia. Public service announcement. I am no longer going by Q. My name is Quinasia.
So I agree with the young lady about her name. You should embrace your name. I totally agree. But there's always a but. Your parents, your parents definitely knew, or they did not know. But the feeling that you got all throughout your childhood, your teenage years about your name is your parents' fault. This is not an ancestral thing. This is the decision that your mom and dad made when you came out. This is the name we're going to make her.
Do you think wearing bonnets in public is ghetto? Hey y'all, it's your girl Crafty Ho, and welcome to another segment of Culture Ho, where we discuss black culture in 60 seconds. Let's get to it. Now, I know the topic of wearing bonnets in public sparks a huge debate in our community, but today I want to talk about the history of bonnets in our community. Also, if I'm going to the hair store and my hair not done, I'm going to have on a bonnet. Now, bonnets or head wraps are both a necessity for black women and a part of our cultural expression. During slavery, a lot of black women were forced to cover their hair in bonnets or wraps because our hair was considered that offensive.
Here we go again with the slavery talk. Here we go. I understand history is there. We all know. But do you really need to wear a bonnet out in public? Do you really need to wear a bonnet? You're that ashamed of your hair that you need to wear a bonnet? Because that's what it sounds like. It doesn't sound like you're trying to be all for the black woman and this is what we do. No, it sounds like you're ashamed of your true hair. If you're going to the hair store to get a wig or, whatever you need from the hair store, but you're not wearing your hair, whether it's in an afro, a ponytail, just down, combed out, blown out, it sounds like you're kind of ashamed. You don't want to show everybody. I think that's kind of what the purpose of the bonnet is. It's to cover it up. But in my household, my daughters wear bonnets, but they wear them to go to bed. They wear them because their mom does their hair all nice and pretty. They put on a bonnet and they go to sleep just so their hair doesn't get messed up in bed while you're sleeping. But they don't wear a bonnet to Walmart. They don't wear bonnets everywhere. You don't do that. It's not accepted. It's not okay. That is fatigue that we have, you guys.
In Louisiana, they had tignon laws, which made it an actual requirement. Don't yell at me if I'm not saying it right. Is it tignon? Like, is it more French or is it tignon? Outside of the more discriminatory reasons, bonnets and scarves protect our hairstyles. That's how we keep them fresh, whether it's the natural hair or you got some protective style. If you're a black woman, most likely your mama did not let you go to sleep without a bonnet. It can also protect our hair from the weather. Like if you just spend all this time doing a twist out or something, having a bonnet can be additional protection from the humidity or the wetness in the air.
Yeah, but a lot of the times their hair isn't done underneath it. Their hair is just a nappy mess. And they just want to hide it because they didn't want to comb their hair out before leaving. I brush my hair guys, let me take this off. I brush my hair every single day. Before I go out, I don't wear the do-rag on my head. I brush my hair every single day. You see how it looks? I brush it every single day. Why can't you? Why do you have to wear a bonnet to go to the store? Why do you have to wear a bonnet to go into Walmart? Just do your hair.
Bonnets are something you get from the hair store between $1 and $5. Nothing too crazy. Which is why it's crazy to see that some brands have appropriated them and are charging $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 for them. We've always been called ghetto for wearing our bonnets. But back to my question to my black girlies. Do you think wearing your bonnet in public is ghetto? Because I wear mine. I'm still going to.
Absolutely.
I hope you enjoyed this segment of Culture Hole. Like always, if you want to add to the conversation, do so in my comments. And make sure you like, comment, share, and follow for more. Have a great day, y'all.
I get nervous and anxious around ghetto hood people. I don't like the conversation because it's causing a divide in the community. And part of the reason why it's causing a divide is because it's turning into a suburban versus hood conversation instead of it being a mentality conversation. Because it doesn't matter what neighborhood you grew up in. You could have grew up in the hood. You could have grew up in the suburbs. That has nothing to do with your mentality. You got girls who ain't never stepped foot in the hood acting like a sexy red. You got dudes who ain't never stepped foot in the hood acting like NBA YoungBoy. Right? So this has nothing to do with anything besides the mentality. But the way y'all done turn this into a suburban versus people from the hood conversation is crazy. I don't know why y'all are trying to act silly like you don't understand what somebody mean when they talk about people that make them anxious and nervous. Let's take hood out of it. Let's take ghetto out of it, right? Because obviously y'all gonna keep making this be about a neighborhood that you live in. When most hoods were just regular neighborhoods until a group of people came in and ran it down and turned it into a bad neighborhood or area, okay? So we're gonna leave the neighborhood part out of it. We're gonna talk about the mentality in itself. Anytime you get around somebody who is willing to crash out, no matter what their race is, and you could just tell that they ain't got nothing to lose, they should make you nervous and anxious. I done been around non-black people who look like meth heads, and they made me anxious and nervous. They made me lock my doors. They made me grab my purse because I don't know what you up to. You moving too much, and I don't like it. And I'm about to get away from you as fast as I can. I done pulled up to a gas station before where it's just a group of pookies just sitting around smoking, being unproductive. I'm not getting out the car. I'll find another gas station before I get out of the car because you make me anxious and nervous. I done rode through neighborhoods where those flags on your house is just a little too questionable for me. The area is just a little too odd. I'm about to get up out of this area because I don't know who y'all are that live over here, right? And y'all don't be black. But you make me anxious and you make me nervous because I don't know why you riding around with that pickup truck with that flag on it, but I don't want to find out either. I done been around girls before, ain't never came from a piece of nobody's hood. Suburban girls. But you would never know it because they put on this little act like they from the hood. Always talking about fighting, always arguing, always in some mess, but ain't never been in nobody's hood before. But guess what? They make me anxious and nervous too because I don't want to be around nobody who don't know how to have no positive conflict resolution and they resort to fighting anytime they can't get along with another woman. I hate how y'all done turn this into a classism situation and how y'all are being so disingenuous because you know good and well nobody meant that everybody from the hood are criminals. You knew that. You knew that. I read through the comment section. I didn't take anybody's comments as that. I don't think anybody thought that everybody who from the hood are criminals and bad people and that just in general people from the hood or that are ghetto make people anxious and nervous. Y'all knew exactly who they was talking about when they said that. You knew exactly the group of people who make them anxious and nervous. It's the group of people that should make you anxious and nervous because they willing to crash out and they'll take you along with it. You knew that though, but y'all are turning this into classism more than anything.
I'm about to talk shit again.
Yeah, it's not classism. It's exactly what it is. You know, I've been in ghettos. I've been in hoods. I've been in the whole nine growing up. I understand this stuff, right? I understand. And I can tell you right now, growing up and being in those environments made me anxious and nervous. You guys don't understand. Growing up in California, it was like the mecca of gang banging, Bloods, Crips, and it was all black people, right? Me being a young black teen, I would get approached all the time because of the shirt I'm wearing, the color of a hat I'm wearing, the color shoes I got on, all the time by who? My peers, my other ghetto black people, right? Ready to just stomp me out because I'm wearing a certain color in a certain area of San Diego. Like, I'm being 100% transparent right now. There has been multiple times where I've had to take off a hat. I've had hats stolen. I've had shoes taken from me, all because of the color. And this is as a child, you guys. This is as a young child in middle school. Yeah. I can tell you right now, I've been to music festivals, I've been to raves, I've been to ghetto rap parties. I can tell you right now, I've been to a rave with over 5,000 people in it. Just rave, house music, everybody having a great time, dancing, drinks, everyone's having a great time and everyone got home safely. Yeah, there's a bunch of trash all over the Greenbelt, but everyone got home safely. Let's turn the page over to the rap, ghetto, hip hop shows and clubs. Every single time in a black hip hop show that's full of black people, there was a fight, gunshots ring out, fights, arguments. The list goes on. Theft, the list goes on. This happens every single time. It happens every single time.